So, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince. At that time. He's at the time of the end, at the time of the Antichrist. Catholicism, Protestantism. Michael, The same things are written in the book of Revelation. This is the same time, this is the same things, just to mention. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Which book? Well, you know. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Well, the last day, judgment. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. You have to turn others to righteousness to shine as stars forever and ever. Otherwise you're just thrown down as a star and darkened, But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book. Seal the book, Daniel. Even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. You can interpret that in many, many ways, and if it fits, it fits. There are many right interpretations, even though they are contrary. Two contrary things can be true in different circumstances. So people fight without reason sometimes. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and sware by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half. What does that mean? Well, it's not complicated. It's not too complicated. It's not easy, but if you are trained, it's not too complicated. It's the same as Christ says, it's the same as John says, and it's the same as Daniel says before. Time, times and a half. 1 is time, times is 2, so you have 3, and a half is 3.5, And what is 3.5? Well, 1,260 days. How many months? 42. And these all signify things. It can be literal 3.5 years, it can be 1,260 years, it can be several things at the same time. Whatever scripture mentions about that is true. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. Well, who scatters the power of the holy people? The Roman Empire did that, The Roman Empire did that. Who else did it? Antiochus Epiphanes, in the Greek Empire. He scattered also the holy people and things like that, and destroyed the temple. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. So it was not that time yet, Go thy way, Daniel. And Christ said to the apostles. But if you quote that today, it may not be right, because when is the time of the end? There is a time when it is not sealed anymore, and that you can know. So you cannot just quote, it's not our time, not our duty to know the times. Well, at the apostles it was said for certain things, at Daniel it was said for certain things, but it's not always true in all circumstances, in all areas of history. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Here you have 1,290 days that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up. Which that happened also in Antiochus Epiphanes, but it happened at the Roman Empire, And what is the abomination that maketh desolate? Well, if you come with your idols to the temple, the Roman Empire, with their idols having the staffs and all these things, to the temple, idols in the temple. This is the abomination that maketh desolate, and these things were counted, and it was also the exact number of these days. So that happened there. Can it happen several times? Yeah, of course you can, theoretically. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,330 days. Well, that was what Christ said when these things will happen, when the temple was broken down. Flee, and what he said. These are the same things. He talks about the same things. But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy Lord at the end of the days. Yeah. Because there are, I have now missed that verse, sorry. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,330 days. So 1,290 days, and there it says 1,330 days. So it is 45 days later. 1,290 plus 45 is 1,335. Because there is always a degree in destroying a temple, and the degree is very important because in the scriptures it says, at that time they broke the wall, at that time they just burned the temple, at that time they did this, at that time they did that, and they made a fast and a mourning every year, exactly at that time when these things happened. So there is a degree. They first come, and then when the temple is destroyed, and so you have these degrees. That's why it's 1,290 days and 1,330 days, because exactly at these days, historians say that these things happened in destroying the temple. So you who think this is something in the future, well, you mistake many things. And it is meant for you to mistake these things, to wait upon something that will never come, so that you will not find the truth. That's why many things are said several times in the scriptures, so that people mix it up. 3.5 is said several times, 7, half of 7, 1,260 is said several times, so that you mix it up, You mix it up. You talk. This is now important because this is the book of Daniel, and now it ends, and this is the major book that was always used for, what do you have? Pre-trib, and post-trib, and everything. It's all wrong. It's all nonsense. You can forget every person who talks about any of these things forever. Just don't talk with them, because they are just deceived lunatics. You have no clue what you're talking about. What tribulation? Christ never talked about that. Only because the word tribulation is sometimes meant, there is you're just insane. You're just insane. You're just insane. There was last 6,000 years, there was always tribulation. And when is a great tribulation? When the temple is crashing down, when some more people are killed. But what are you waiting for? Christians are always killed in the worst way. It's just wrong. There is no great tribulation and tribulation, all these things. This is not a technical term. When Christ says great tribulation, we always have these great tribulations. Look at the word, all this suffering and all these things. They are always, only because sometimes there is a word, it says tribulation, you think it is a technical term, and it is some 3.5 years or 7 years. Who has told you these things? It says No one of the apostles talks like that, and these are the clearest verses. If the apostles don't talk like that, it's wrong. It's wrong. They would have said that all the time. Just forget these things. Forget it. Forget it. It's a wrong teaching. It's all wrong. Post, and even the rapture. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do that which is right until Christ comes. How do you know our rapture? What are you waiting for? You're just Hollywood movies. Oh, you're taken up. So many prophecies were not fulfilled literally. There is not a bee that came. It was soldiers from Babylon. Do you think that Paul does not talk in the way as the prophets do? You're just all insane. They waited on Christ to make a world empire, and then he came in Bethlehem and in Nazareth, and he was born in a manger, and they were all wrong in their expectation of prophecy, and so are you regarding tribulation, rapture, everything. It's just I've never in all of Daniel, he never talked about that. Daniel is not like you. He hates you. He hates you. Just stop it. Anyone who still talks about these things is just wrong. You pick up things that are completely off. Completely off. You have to understand all of Isaiah. Now I've explained Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel. There is nothing about all these things that you talk about. They just talk about the world empires and the Christians will be persecuted. That's it. And it's always horrible. There is no some special 3.5 year stupid thing. Where the temple, when he is struck down, well, that's an important thing, because historically the most important things that do happen are in Israel, and the most holy thing is the temple. And if that is struck down, it is an important thing in time. So you talk about that. It's very horrible, because God's glory is gone, But in the New Testament, the temple is gone anyway. So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? These things have happened in my life, exactly 3.5 years and all these things and what I did. But, I don't make much of it, even if it's a fulfillment. I don't make much of it. The more important thing is to do the right thing and to have love, which is keeping the commandments and reproving those who don't keep it. That is love. You have no love. No one has love. Everyone is just full of hatred and selfishness. So, that's it. Daniel, no tribulation found, nothing of the sort, just these normal things. The Roman Empire has come, Christ, the Antichrist has come, he has killed Christ, has persecuted him, has persecuted the saints, and they have held on to him. That's it. As Daniel, thrown to the lions, then lifted up above all in the whole world empire, and thrown to the lions. It's always the same. John the Baptist, just being before the rulers, who by Herod or someone, and then beheaded. It's always the same story, Don't get distracted by these wrong end time things. You know why you're wrong in end times? Because you don't read Isaiah and you don't read the prophets. And Isaiah said, you will be wrong in the end times because you don't read him. And this was taken out of the Bible. And I've brought it back. And this is the coming of Christ. This is just the coming of Christ. When his word is collected together. Because Elijah will restore all things, even the Bible. Because how does Christ come back? In the Acts it says, he is taken up until the restoration of all things that God spoke through the mouth of his holy prophets from the beginning of the world onwards. What did he speak through the mouth of his holy prophets from the beginning of the world? His word. So when his word is restored, he has come back, and you see him on Amazon in the clouds, and I'm with him in the clouds, in the imprint of that book. And you cannot go to him because you are unclean. And he has come to you, but you don't believe him. You see him with your eyes, and all see him, and I am raptured with him. Half of us were raptured. One was there and the other was raptured. For 2 or 4 people, in some way online, seen somewhere. That was the rapture. I think you should not, you should not wait upon something that might have been fulfilled completely. And you should look at the words of Christ and do it. And then the next stage will come, heaven. This may be the next stage. If I'm wrong, I will change, will say publicly I'm wrong, I tried my best. But no one knows better that I could trust. Or is there anyone? Until that time, I'm trying to fulfill what the scripture says about Elijah and all these other things, You have to restore all things, all prophecies, but you have to know all prophecies and which things ought to be restored and which things ought to be fulfilled, brought back and done. If you don't know all prophecies, you don't know what is missing. If you don't know what is missing, you cannot pray and you cannot do it. And Christ will never come and heaven will never come. And God with us means that we do his will and then he is with us. So that's why I'm pleading to all people to do his will, because then Christ has come back. And is that a false way of life and a false Christianity? If so, then tell me what is the right thing. And tell me what is the right thing.